Hello there.
Oh, hi.
How are you today?
I am well.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, right? You know, as best I can be, I am here.
So what is this, round 18 now?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
We're almost at 20.
Well, I got I want to say 30 more submissions over the last week.
Okay.
So,
I guess we're doing this for a while.
yeah.
Cool. I like it.
This is an ongoing project now.
Yeah. This is so I will say we need to get a little bit more bad tattoos.
Yeah.
So if we could have an emphasis on those, that would be sweet. Because
Yeah.
this week's pretty good.
Is it?
To be honest. Well, you know, it was pretty good. So anyway, so let's go around number 1 here.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yeah. That's a
That,
tough spot.
Guaranteed that's a cankle now. Right?
Yeah, nice and swole.
Well, not now, but right after.
Oh, yeah.
That was a bad couple of days after.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how some of the lines held up near the
sole.
Yeah, the sole. Not just that, but that heel looks pretty dry anyway.
Yep.
So it's going to be a rough go.
This is where I wish that we all wore sandals, because then you could have tattoos like this that stay. But my guess is some socks are destroying this thing,
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
unfortunately.
It's happened to mine too.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, a little bit.
Yeah.
They're blacked out. So,
What are you going to do?
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a little bit of patchiness there that I don't really care that much to fix at the moment.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's just going to do this again and again because they're in socks and shoes all the time, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like the strong black in this and the really, really bright colors.
I like the Merd, too, above it.
Yeah, my only problem with all this, again, is always the same.
Yeah.
You're going to have to dot this all together eventually.
Yeah.
It's going to drive me nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I would really like to see, and maybe this is something that people could send in if they know somebody that does a good job of this, but like some good ways of traditional being put together that isn't just kind of like dots, stars, you know, that kind of the normal classics.
It's just always my contention with these pieces.
Yeah.
Because these negative spaces in between everything would be driving me nuts.
Yeah, I know.
I would need to do something about those almost immediately.
Well, so Trevor, one of the guys I work on, has like a bit of a patchworky thing, and I'm going to do some pattern work in behind everything to try and tie it all together. And that's the best I could come up with, because everything else I found was really messy looking.
Yeah,
So.
it's gonna be a chore.
Yeah,
Trying to bring that together.
Yeah, you got that right. Well, hopefully it works out. We'll see.
You'll be breaking out a sweat on that one, I have a feeling.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, clean. This one's
Yeah,
really
real
damn
cool.
clean. All right, next up, also fairly clean.
Yeah, I like this one a lot.
Yeah, he's pretty dope.
Very, very tough tattoo, and the red really pops the black off. It's amazing how red can pop black out like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like it just pushes it right forward.
They tie together nicely.
Some really crispy negative space here too. Mm-hmm. It's always funny to me because that negative space looks so bright. Like, it looks way brighter than just the normal negative space that isn't surrounded by black.
Yeah.
Like it almost gives you like this white ink look.
Yeah.
But there are a few white highlights, I think, but
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
not many. So
My thing for this, I know it's filling the spot perfectly, which is great. And I mean, they ran out of space, but things like this, it's so cool. I wish it was huge.
yeah,
You know
just
what I
go
mean?
a little farther with it.
Yeah.
Like, why can't it just be a longer, bigger, broader guy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take
I
up
feel
the whole
ya.
leg kind of thing.
Just maybe there
Or
wasn't.
arm.
Maybe this was just they wanted something cool that would fit that spot. Because even then they worked the tail around, right?
Or were the other things placed around them?
I don't know.
You think there was tail and then they started putting the chalice and stuff around it?
They could have done that.
'Cause that'd be easier than because otherwise you'd have to draw that. Well, I mean, I guess drawing a tail in.
I think the tail can go any way you need it to, though, right? Mm-hmm. The tail can kind of because it could have been straight.
Yeah.
Like it's still, they could have done anything they wanted with the tail. So
Yeah, this is also true.
yeah, I like this one a lot. So far, I like this one more than the last one. I like the last one, but I like this one even more.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to say.
We get a lot of traditional, I'm noticing. There's a lot of traditional out there. All right, next up, not traditional.
Not traditional. This is a really cool looking tattoo for how it's not done that well. Mm-hmm. Like it's not executed extremely well, but I really like the visual of the red.
Yeah.
Again, the negative space looks white here,
Yeah.
but that's probably in contrast to the red and black, right? So
You know, the only thing for me is I understand what they're going for.
Yeah.
A lot of these things just need to be darker.
yeah, I agree.
The wolf can be darker. The pattern work,
I don't think this is beyond saving.
No, God, no.
Like, you just get in there with some black.
Yeah, someone that hits like all the stuff that needs to be darker, then all of a sudden, even with the pattern work in the red, like I understand they're trying to be subtle about it, but it would be cooler if it was darker.
Yeah, and I think you need to get a little bit of red in that, a little bit of black in that red patch near the owl there too.
Yep.
Just kind of carry that theme through a little bit. Just a little bit of black shading.
Yeah, it's like I don't understand because this to me looks like someone that's a little bit scared to go too dark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
I can respect, but I think it would have achieved a better look if you just all of a sudden take the contrast up a notch. You know what I mean? Like shadow out the wolf a lot more, make it more striking and kind of present. Because then like every time you do that, the high tones are going to sing more.
Here's what I want most from this tattoo. If he goes in for more, I want that wolf to stop smiling. Right? Like he looks like
It's got to be more menacing.
Like he's just the most gentle little wolf you've ever met. Like,
he's
oh,
very
hi
gentle.
guys, how are you?
Yeah.
It's like, no. I want a tooth coming out. I want like a big snarl. I think you could still do it.
Yeah, you just
I've
have to get some movement in that nose there, the bridge of the nose.
Yeah, just give it some ferocity or something.
Yeah.
It's just a little too gentle for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's smiling at me even as I'm speaking. I'm like, this is the happiest fucking wolf I've ever seen.
See, I would forgive this, like, because the owl is obviously white.
Yeah.
So that's why it's lighter, obviously. But
Yeah.
like, if they're trying to do a white wolf, okay, that would get you this.
I
But,
see
like,
gray wolf, but
Yeah, I do
it does
too.
look like a white wolf.
because like they wouldn't have this stuff around the side if it
Yeah.
was if it wasn't a gray wolf. So my thought is, turn the contrast way up.
Yeah, this whole thing needs more contrast for
Yeah,
sure.
hell yeah. But other than that, I like the idea.
Yeah.
It's unique. All right, next up, another painful spot.
Yeah, painful spot to be wearing this, especially.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's just again with those crispy edges around the roses. They just don't need to be like that.
Yeah.
We've said this before, but man, it just makes them. It looks like they're like chips, like Doritos or like taco chips or something, where they don't need to be that crispy. This whole thing is it's too hard for me. Needs to be a little softer, and it's also a little too gray.
Yeah.
And I'm not
Little
trying to
too
beat
mid-tone-y.
this thing to death with a stick, but it's hard and soft at the same time.
Yeah.
The edges of this thing are like daggers,
Yep.
and then everything in it is like a mashed potato.
You know, I think that's one of the tough things about when you're just working in black, because like that's stipple shaded black, right? So it can have that like monotone look
Yeah,
from time to time when you're using only that. Some guys are able to do it where it's just like they use it sparingly enough that they can maintain contrast and it looks really dynamic. But a lot of the times we see this where it's just like I'm putting in dots because I feel like I need to.
yeah. I don't
And
know where
then-
these go, but I know it needs more, and so
Yeah.
here they are.
And then that's also lending itself to why it would outline it more, because then that at least gives you some contrast rather than making it all kind of washed out.
But there's some strange stuff here where some of these roses look good when you look at them like closely, where you're like, that looks pretty good. But then when you step back and it's all overshadowed by that hard border, right? Like it's just, I want to just see the softness of these roses like on the edges too.
Yeah.
Like it's a weird thing to say, but the more I look at this, the more I like it, but I can't get past some parts of it.
Yeah, that's
Like-
understandable.
Some parts just throw you back. You're like, okay, I was getting into that, but now I'm checked out of it again.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And honestly, I'm just being picky.
Yeah.
Because I do like it. I like the placement. I like the design. But yeah, I would like to see it with probably less shading, weirdly enough.
Yeah, it's a little
'Cause-
cluttered
Yeah.
and a little too monotone.
But yeah, cool piece. I like the idea.
For sure.
All right. Last but not least,
This is
can I guess what your problem with it is going to be?
definitely the nipples.
Yep.
And the belly button.
Yep.
But I love how huge this thing is.
Oh, I know. Me too.
Right? And I love how like insane it is too.
Yep.
Like he's got a scythe coming out of guitar.
Yeah.
Like this is the most rock and roll Grim Reaper you've
Oh,
ever
yeah. This
seen.
is as metal as it gets.
Yeah, this looks like an Ozzy Osbourne or like Iron Maiden album art cover.
Oh, totally.
Back
Definitely
in the 80s
Iron
or
Maiden
something.
for sure. It's got that vibe.
Yeah, it just feels really 80s to me.
Yeah.
I would imagine that this was something that the tattoo artist wanted to do.
I don't know, man. I think this also could be like a dude who just, loves metal. He's like, I want a Grim Reaper holding a flying V, like, and on my whole torso.
On my whole torso. So that's a really, really ballsy tattoo.
Yeah.
Like, especially for someone who looks like you just have one sleeve here, right? So you really jumped into the uncharted waters with something huge here.
This is a deep end one.
Yeah, just I'm taking the plunge. I'm wondering, does this guy have his back done? Because I think this would have made a better back piece.
I mean,
because you wouldn't have
had to work around the nipples and such.
Nipples and the belly button in there, right?
But this is more hardcore.
I agree.
So if you're going for full hardcore metal Grim Reaper, yeah, go front torso.
You're never going to be able to do any kind of a background for this guy that's going to make sense.
No.
Especially putting the nipples in the background is going to be real tough.
Yeah.
So,
the one thing I really do like, because anytime, like, I'm a guitar player, so anytime somebody does a guitar tattoo, it kind of drives me nuts if it's not done well. The thing I like is that they did the placement for the angle works, because then you're not going to cut off the guitar. It's not going to bend the guitar in a weird way. So going for the torso or the back would be a great one too. But like if you're going to have a guitar go across you like that, you don't want it like wrapping around an arm or wrapping around a leg. Would have been easy
for that to happen too.
Oh yeah,
because there's a bit of a curve here, right?
Yep.
So that where the top of that guitar is heading into the armpit area. Yep. It would have been really easy to make this thing look wonky.
Well, and those guitars, that headstock does that where it swoops down. So it played into it even more. I don't know if they're intending this, but it plays into it more.
Well, it seems like a pretty well understood tattoo to me.
Yeah, agreed.
So especially to be doing something on a placement like this size, it does suggest some competence for sure.
Oh, you got that right. I like the scythe. I like the cloak.
I want to say this is probably my favorite one today.
I kind of figured.
Yeah, but it's up against stiff competition for me.
Yeah, I know. This was a solid week.
Yeah.
That's where I'm just being picky about the things I don't like, I
agree. There wasn't anything that I just straight up hate today.
I know. It's tough. But I'm interested to see who thinks what wins.
What I want is for someone out there to find or give me a tattoo of theirs that they think I'll hate the most.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I want that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's see who can give me the worst tattoo.
Yeah, one that you hate.
And by now we've done enough of this show that people will probably have an idea of what's going to irk.
It'll probably be right on the money.
So it could be pretty fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And send them emails over to link below.
Yeah.
We'll keep on talking shit.
Cool.